Good day, urban warriors. A new report from the Schott Foundation finds that only 52% of black males and 58% of Latino male ninth graders graduate from high school 4 years later, whereas 78% of white non-Latino male ninth graders graduate within 4 years. Now, these graduation rates are not an indication of a character flaw in these young men, but rather evidence of an unconscionable level of willful neglect, unequal resource allocation by federal, state, and local entities, and the indifference of too many elected and appointed community leaders. The ball is in our court. Now, that's us when I'm talking about. And this has been going on for some time. Now, where should we focus our efforts in the coming year? I want to tell you that I'm going to borrow from David Letterman's top 10 list. Number 10, superintendents' longevity. Superintendents are the face of the district. We need to make sure that we select a superintendent that is going to have the face that we respect, because it's going to be your face. We need to have more time in selecting the people that we choose to lead our districts. Number 9, student funding, per student funding. Now, I know we're all tired of talking about funds, but clearly in urban districts, funding is most important, and most of our schools are underfunded. We've got to make sure that the funds follow the student. And that means I'm talking about not only those who are challenged, but AIG students. Make sure that the funding is there. Wrap around our students emotionally and socially. The funding must follow the student. Advocate, advocate, advocate. Number 8, charter school cherry picking. Charter schools are here to stay, but what do we have to do with them? We know that many times they pick not only the whitest, but the brightest. We've got to tell our story. Our schools are filled with bright, beautiful minds ready to be energized. Tell our stories. Make sure you use the NSBA's toolkit to help you do that. Let our communities know just what good things are happening in our communities. 7, teacher quality. The research is clear. The quality of the classroom teacher is a strong indicator of student success. We don't want to be the turning ground for new teachers to get them strong and then they leave us to go to districts that have fewer challenges. We want to be in a place where we not only select, but we actually use the 3 R's. We either release, redirect, or reject those that don't fit our brand. We are going to be the ones who select the teachers, not just recruit. Excellence without excuse must be our mantra. Number 6, engage parents. You can't have a district, a transforming district, if you don't engage the people who send their most cherished possessions to you. Those are our children. Now, research tells us that it won't happen if parents are not involved. That means we have to deliver great customer service. We have to be culturally competent, not only with our students, but also with our parents. Remember, if we aren't good to our parents, they won't send their children to us. Number 5, principals as leaders. How many times have you heard, if the principal has a good day, then everybody has a good day? Well, we need our principals to be more than just managers. They also need to be leaders. They also need to be more than administrators. They need to be the creators of cultures of excellence. We have to find those good principals. If they are doing something good, find out how we can replicate what they are doing in instances where we can, and we have to grow our own. The principal is the leader. Number 4, calibrate our expectations. What do I mean by that? What do we expect of our students? What do we expect of all of our students? Who are we willing to leave behind? Who are we willing to forget? Is 50% a metric that we can say 50% of our students may not make it? Who are we willing to forget? Where are your goals for next year? We've got to make sure that those metrics are calibrated and that all means all. Excellence for everybody. Number 3, check the cracks. When describing students who aren't being successful, we like to say those who are falling through the cracks. Well, where are those cracks? According to research by Singleton and Linton, the authors of Courageous Conversations About Race, as expectations, opportunities, resources, and access become equitable across racial groups, the gaps close because all students are supported in the differentiated ways necessary to achieve success. When schools and when school boards address the issue of race head on, dramatic results occur. We must be courageous in our conversations about where the gaps are. And we have the power as school board members to implement policies that will help to close those gaps. Be courageous, my people. Number 2, community partners. Now, do you want to see a school transformed in a mighty way? Get your community involved. That means our faith leaders, that means our public agencies, our local colleges, and anybody that you can think of. Invite them to come into your schools, not to have a meeting, not to plan, but to find out what it is you need. And we have to be able to tell them specifically what they can do to help us. They don't have time to come to another meeting, people. We need to already know what we need from our business community, from our colleges. Are there mentors? Do we need winter coats? Do we need people to come in and help supply clubs? Tell the community what you need and engage them. Lastly, and most importantly, number 1, remove politics from board service. We are elected, appointed officials committed to running school boards. Handle your own business without personal agendas. Stop bickering and stop making promises to partisan groups. If it's not about children, it doesn't make sense. If it's not about all children, it doesn't make sense. Remove politics from school boards. Now, I know we're political by nature. I know that we're elected and we're appointed. But our first constituency must be to the children that we are elected to serve. I thank you, warriors. Stay on the battlefield. Now is the time for you to be all in.